p.m. And at this time, I would like to go ahead and call to order this meeting, starting with a roll call, starting from my left.
Councilwoman Diane Howard, Councilman Darrell Honorary,
Mayor Reynolds.
Councilwoman Yolanda Shepherd.
Councilman Danielle Wynn. All right, thank you so much. And at this moment, we'll do a moment of silence. Please silence all phones. All right, council. At this moment, approval of the agenda tonight. If I can get a motion for that, I have a little change in it.
I'd like to make a motion to approve tonight's work session, November 17th, 5:30 p.m.
All right. Is there a second? A second. Thank you. And at this time, I would like council to be aware of Senator Tanya Peterson will be coming on our next meeting to discuss the T-Mobile grant that she wants to introduce to us. I also reached out to, I went to LBDA as well. They will come to that meeting as well to join her. So at this time, I would like to replace Tanya's presentation with the extended hours for discussion on this agenda that the business owners would like us to discuss if possible.
I'm sorry.
You remember you wanted to find out about the business owners for Tanya to replace her tonight. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Any other changes or discussion at this time regarding the agenda? All right, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much. All right, moving forward, we have, of course, for discussion only, the hours. I believe it was 2 business owners on Main. One in particular was Miss Maxine. It's 3 actually. Okay. Platinum Lounge. Okay. So those 3 businesses would like to extend the hours. I think it's now 2:00 a.m., but they want to change it to 4:00 a.m. So any discussion, council, whenever?
I looked up the Cat County and some of the bars, clubs, lounge between the Cat County closed at 3:30. I did not see any event centers in the Cat County that are open past 1 a.m. So I said it to say that I do want them to be productive because we did adopt the entertainment district and I want that to be successful. But because I couldn't find any viable evidence of the county clubs and bars open to that late, I'm not in agreement with 4 a.m. Not to say I'm not in agreement with 4 a.m.
Okay. Ms. Wynn, Councilwoman?
Yeah, I thought about that too because I remember once before, some of the people that live right behind the building, they came in, and one lady that has a son, she said he would wake up streaming over in the night because of the loud music and stuff like that.
Okay. Anybody else?
Well, I did Article 2 one time when, I did. It was 2017. DeKalb County was voting against late night establishment because they, citizens upset, and also they thought, activities around the center was high, but they did a survey. It wasn't high because of that, but out of 200 and some incidents from 16 to 17, 40% of it was on three different locations. And it was the Cigar Bar on Panora Road, Dudley's, and what's the other one close around here? The Cave. I don't know what that's at. That's on coming time. So 40% that, and just saying that, to do that and think that nothing will come about it in the city would be, us to be silly to think that nothing will be perfect. And also, we change all these noise ordinance in order to bring that away from inner city, to keep it quiet, so to speak. And I just think that, it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit the city of Lithonia. It's a small run. It's not a big industrial area. Houses are right behind Main Street. So I'm not in favor of it. I'll just stop talking. I'll keep talking.
I just want to say one thing. I want us to have nice bars and stick up bars and all of that. What I don't want us to be is the after hours spot. I don't know if you guys are familiar with after hours spots. Those are the spots that people go to when the normal clubs close. So let's go find an after hours spot. And I feel like if we become an after hours spot, we will start garnering the attention of the crowd that we don't want. But that's just
Nobody show up till after hours in the city. So it really wouldn't be helping the city at all. I'm gonna be quiet.
All right, Councilwoman Howard.
Yeah, I'm torn between the businesses and, of course, the community. And I'm sure we've gone through this before, and I'm thinking that we were pretty generous with even extending the hours to 2:00. Last call, and then 2:30 to close the doors. So taking into consideration the community, and they have spoken. And we also listen to the businesses, they have spoken, and we have granted them the extended hours once before. I'm going to have to remain where we are.
Okay. That's enough for discussion. Got it. All right. All right, let's move over to our 2026 meeting and holiday calendar for next year. Good evening.
I emailed you a copy of the proposed meeting and calendar schedules for 2026. There are a couple changes after me and DJ spoke this afternoon that I want to address or put out there for consideration. The calendar states July 4th as a holiday for 2026. That is a Saturday. So the proposed closure date for City Hall will be that Friday, July 3rd. That's not shown on the calendar that I sent you all. So I want to have you all consider that change. And then as well as Columbus Day is not there. I'll kind of leave that up to you all if you want the city to observe that holiday, but that will be October 12th of 2026. Every other date is the same. There's no other changes besides that to the meeting calendar. If you notice, the meeting calendar does have a couple Mondays where the meetings will be moved. One, I think it's New Year's or a work session around MLK, and then there's normally Labor Day. That Monday is always a Monday, and our council meeting falls around that time. That will change to later in that week as well. I don't think we have an election for 2026, but if we do have a special election for some reason, then that date will also move, and you guys will get notice of that date. It's just for your consideration. Take a look. I'll bring it back to you guys to vote first meeting in December, our council meeting. So at that time, we can implement any changes, and that will be our calendar going forward. Okay.
Sounds good.
So it's July 3rd.
July 3rd, because right now on the calendar it shows just the 4th, but that's a Saturday for 2026. So City Hall will be closed that Friday, automatically closed that Saturday. That will be a difference.
We have a meeting that Monday.
That meeting wouldn't be affected. I think if I'm not mistaken, no, we wouldn't have a meeting that week. Our meeting would be that following week. So that meeting will probably fall on July 5th. That's the first meeting in July. Okay. And then
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
What is the meeting set up for the 1st of January? First is on the Thursday.
I don't have my calendar with me. It'll be January.
Is that what we're doing, Swearing?
Is that work session, get that work session moved, because that normally falls around MLK Day, and that's a holiday, so we'll push that one, January's work session. It should fall on the night of Tuesday. Okay, so yes, that'll move to Tuesday. Those are your meeting changes.
And then, Councilwoman Howard just brought up, swearing in. We're gonna do that.
That would be to me and Ashley, yeah. We normally do it the first week of January.
The 5th.
So me and Marilyn can get to you.
We'll let you know. Yeah. Yes, we've got to do it.
What are you talking about?
As much as I do.
All right. So that's it. That's all I have for you all tonight. Thank you. I'll see you guys the first meeting in December.
All right, thank you. All right, moving forward, evasive vine ordinance, Councilwoman Howard.
Right, so, to discuss the invasive vine ordinance and how we're going to proceed with, using it. And when we're going to put it in effect.
I have a question.
I haven't seen it.
I was trying to pull it back up, I had it earlier.
Is it, you might like it on it?
No.
Okay, I got a question. I don't know, this might be a chief or did we talk about that the county has, or do we have the chemical for that?
We talked about it because I think that came from Roseberry, and as far as having a chemical for it, I'm not
You
sure.
said it was a program or something?
No, we can't store the chemical because we don't have the
That's
right.
cover on the shop.
Right, but what I did go, I went a little bit further with Senator Tanya Peterson's grant, and one of the uses could be to control invasive vines. And I don't know what other uses, but I wanted to be prepared when she came, so I'm like, let me look up this grant. Right. So, yeah, so that would be in line with her grant.
You just have a proposal on what you want to do, what you think about how you want to tackle it.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of the invasive vines are on private property, as well as some over here at the school property, as well as at the park, the city park. So we have the city park, we have the school, we have private property, and then we have just city property. So how would we deal with that? And how would we tackle it? Will we tackle it with charging the private residents to control what's in their yard? And what about the school and the park? Because it's very bad over there. Right now it's cold, so it's going dormant, but it'll be back full swing come summer. As soon as it starts getting warm, they start growing again. And then they pick up from where they left off. So each time they go dormant, they come back, they're coming back stronger. So
So the main thing is we're gonna spray what we can get to.
well,
You know, as a maintenance go and attack it.
you know, I'm not spinning this our senator's grant already, but if we don't have anything on the table to use those funds, we could possibly use a service. So I was thinking of, I've heard some cities get a service to control the vines. So then they can go around and just keep it under control. So cities that you don't see those vines, they have a service that comes through and continually treat. And then we don't have to store the chemical.
I have a suggestion for you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe,
For us.
yeah. Maybe reach out to the local colleges like Georgia State or Georgia Tech or Kennesaw to see if they have, is it horticulture? It is with plants. See if they like have a horticulture department, if they're willing to do like a study to help us out with it, or, you know, just without.
Check with the Cal County, what we have to check with the Cal County, the cost of the park. That's, you know, that they're over.
there's quite a bit over at the, what is that, the Hunt Home?
And so we have.
Right, there's quite a bit over there. Remember, they had that incident where some stuff had went on back there because it does cover a lot. So it's really dangerous to have this weed to continue to cover up stuff.
I would think that probably the way we could tackle this, we're not probably gonna get rid of it, but maybe it's have it whenever we get that ordinance all together, maybe a certain amount of feet from the public space, 30 feet or 20 feet. We could kill it that far,
Keep it under control.
going, than to try to kill the whole forest.
Well, it'll be a little bit at a time.
Yeah, just keep maintaining that back.
Control, maintain.
But we have to check with the council because they usually do this. Do the park and do the
In the
landscape.
school.
Well, I did talk to them at one of the town hall meetings, and maybe he wasn't quite understanding kudzu, but what he said was, "Oh, if you see it hanging, we'll just come by and cut it." That's that may not get it, but yeah.
So from that, we will. So the final thing about it, you say you want to just figure out a plan to control it for the summer.
Yeah, it doesn't grow in the winter to control it, but I'm thinking if we could, to get a service, I'm thinking that would probably be most productive. Because the service could identify it, they know how it looks, they know how it grows, and they should have some type of program to control it. But of course, their service is going to cost money, and that's where I'm thinking. I don't know how our splash is looking. I guess once we get our statements, we'll see if we have money to be able to control it. Because I'm thinking if we don't control it, it's going to cover the city. I mean, we're only so big. It can cover. It goes 12 inches every day. It grows. And even though it goes dormant, like I said, it comes back. And it goes in your backyard, and next thing you know, your yard is covered. So, anybody else have any discussions for kudzu? And
You can move forward to vacant properties on Main and then Masonic Lodge.
okay, so for the vacant property, and what I was requesting was a list of the properties that we had that were still vacant, and there's no activity, just there, and looking like. So yeah, that's what I was requesting for the vacant properties. So we don't have.
You also have in your email, the blight ordinance is completed. Per all the recommendations that were made last year. The only thing I would say is on there is if you look, is you'll need to come up with a millage rate. To add to what is proper.
Okay, so would that be that tax that I had spoke of earlier?
But you gotta remember, if you add the tax 1 year and then come up with code, the next year you gotta give them that discount off the city millage rate.
Okay, so basically, we're wanting them to adhere to being on point as far as being visual and operating as they open their business to be operating. If they're not operating, then they will get imposed a higher millage rate or tax.
Hey, anything else regarding that, Councilwoman? We'll move forward.
Okay, so what do we have with the vacant property? How are we we do have in place, the millage rate that we're going to,
So if you read on there, one, yeah,
on the budget. So we're gonna have to bring that back out.
yeah, capital.
Okay. So you guys understand that as far as that additional tax that we're gonna need for the businesses that's not operating, to get them to come into compliance with what we need on Main Street?
Right.
Yeah, but it's not if they're not operating, but it's like, the
Right.
business can be, come up to code and be open, something can happen, business can be vacant, like we're trying to get another business in there. So it states, it's all in the, if you read the ordinance, it's all.
Okay, so that's to the blight and the, okay, Masonic Lodge. I'm not sure if this is gonna be part of our, executive session. Okay, so we'll leave the Masonic Lodge for executive session. Okay, that's all I have for
That's
now.
all you have. All right, well, at this time, we'll have the executive session. Is it need for it? If it is, let us know what for.
Yes, we do. Just to discuss E.
Is it real estate, legal?
Is anybody else have anything besides real estate? Are you ready for it now? I want you to go into executive session for real estate.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank y'all for
thank you
coming,
for
man.
coming.
When is the meeting?
It's on Wednesday at 6, 7:30. I hope to see you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
High school,